This is kind of the hard part. I feel like this is where everyone gets kind of stuck, because there's a lot of stuff you bolt onto a bike and then it gets to a point where things aren't lining up, nothing's matching. You have to do something to get one thing to fit, and it could cascade into a bunch of stuff not fitting together. So what I'm doing now is I got to get that oil bag in. I got to make a plate for the bottom, but I'm going to get all that bolted in, and it should be pretty close to being dialed in. And the one thing is I got to get a chain for the rear section, and I got to figure out if this sprocket's good or not. It's just like one thing at a time. But once I get the tins going and the seat on there, it should be pretty dialed. And I don't know what seat I'm going to run. I got this goofy, I'll show you later, seat to put on there. I was going to put the Cobra style one on, but I freaking hate those things. I don't know. We'll see what happens. The one thing is this belt got soaked in oil from all the oil escapades I went through with all my other bikes. So I need to get a spare in case this one gets smoked. It's probably just, I don't know, maybe I'm being paranoid. But I'll get a spare. Gotta get pegs going. I got a carburetor throttle coming, so it'll come out on this side. Yeah, just little stuff, little tiny stuff. But let's get to that tray on the bottom. All right, I'm outside. I'm gonna cut this piece off this plate. Big old sheet, I should say, but that's the shape. I'm gonna cut it into a square and then shape it out in a minute. All right, got it all cut out. Now I'm gonna try to cut as much as I can out of these tab corners and grind all that crap out, and it should have the shape. I got the corners cut out. This is gonna be the tough one. Probably gonna have to whiz wheel the hell out of these. Take it slow, which I am not good at. But it looks like they might just bend out. After I get this shaped up, I'll put it on the oil tank and we'll see where it really needs to go. Alright, here's the bottom of the oil tank. Here's the plate. This is what I'm talking about. It's got to go on there relatively close, which it looks good enough for now. But I got to get the ears lined up. But basically I just got to get the top part really lined up, and then the back part I just got to cut this little cutout and get the holes really lined up, which is not my MO. So I'll have to oversize them just to save my butt cheeks. This is my idea. I got the plate lined up on the bottom, and I want to flip it over and trace all the crap that I want to cut out. In order to do that, I got to flip it over, obviously. So I threw a bunch of masking tape on it. I'm gonna try and do this one-handed. Maybe. Not really a good way to grab it. Oh, it actually worked. Okay, so now we can see where we're really at. So that cutout I made from this was from a piece of cardboard. So of course it was way bigger. So what I'm gonna do, so I'm just gonna go to town with the Sharpie. Get it nice and whatever. I'll do the holes. Okay, that side's good. This side, the marks were pretty much on point. That's good. And then that I'll figure out what to do with. It's kind of a goofy little spot. Mark this. Problem with doing it this way is you don't get all the way in there. You don't get a full good circle. That's why I'll have to drill them a little oversized. Okay, so this is the inside of my pan, and that's going to be perfect for a battery. I'm going to put some holes in there. I got a situation going on where I'm going to make something. I'm going to make a battery tray out of something else. That might be a future video. Let me go cut this up and we'll size it up. All right. There's what I got to grind out. All right, for a quick hack job, it's looking pretty close. The front I'm going to have to dial in a little bit more. That spot's looking pretty ugly, but I think it's darn close. I'm going to tape it up again, flip it over, make more marks because I grinded some off, do a final, and then let's drill these holes. All right, got the holes drilled. Before I give up on it, call it a day, let's see if it'll fit all the holes in the tabs. So that's really all that matters. I'm not good at drilling holes. Every time I do, they're way off. But I'd call that a success. That's a mount. So I'm gonna kind of doll this up, make it a little bit better, and I don't know, just hit all the corners, and I'm gonna spray paint it black like God intended. And let's put this oil bag on. All right, all painted up. Freaking glare. I'm gonna let that sit overnight, maybe in a couple days. Just use spray paint, nothing fancy. Should be done. All right, I got the oil tank out and I got this chain mocked up. I'm not sure if I filmed this, but I put this all together, the primary belt side. So I went to my local hardware store, aka Tractor Supply. You can get grade 8 bolts, washers, whatever by the pound. That's a hot tip because I think there's not one around here, but I got this many bolts and nuts and washers plus the 2 that are up on the oil tank right now, and that's it. But that was $3 and change, $3.20 or something. My local Ace would have been, I don't know, last time I looked, I got a bolt this size and it was $3.50 or more. So I hate to shit on Ace, but this is a deal you can't resist. I don't know how good these are. Maybe they spray paint them or something. They're definitely grade 8, but I don't know how grade 8 they are. They're so cheap. I was putting a spacer in here, but the bolt I got that's gone to the gods now is too short, so I got longer ones. My only problem is that if they get too long, I don't want them to hit the case of the transmission, but I think we might be in the clear. This is the transmission all the way forward, so I got to push it back, so that'll give me enough clearance, I'm hoping. The other thing is I need to make one of these. I think this thing's too big and bulky. It's almost hitting the motor and the tank, but we'll get to that. Let me mock this all up. My plan now is, since I got all the hardware, put the hardware all over in this thing, cut this bottom part off, that way I can actually see if it bends and all that, drill 2 holes, and yeah, just bolt this all up. So I got this plate on there, and I was wondering, how am I gonna attach this to the fender? And I was gonna make something, all kinds of whatever, but look what I found. I found the bracket, and those are the 2 bolts I was talking about that went with all that hardware. But I found this crusty bracket on another oil bag I had. It's got a little bit of a bend. It's not enough of a bend, but it's enough for me. I'll crank that fender on there, nobody will know. So now, I'm just gonna have to do 2 more holes. This thing's like Swiss cheese at this point. You can see there's 1, 2, I think there's like 3, 4, 5, 6 holes in it now. I'm not gonna touch them up, but it is kind of funny. It's just Swiss cheesed up. So let me mock this up and go from there. Ran into my first problem here. See, that bolt just runs right into the case. I don't know what else to do other than thread these tabs, which is probably what you're supposed to do, but these ones don't have any threads in them. I'm not really sure what to do on this one. I guess I take that back. I know what to do. I need to run the bolt upwards because it has that much play. It's just I can't get it any more down in there to get a nut on there and a washer and all that. But to do that, I gotta frickin' take the transmission out or tilt it or something. That means I gotta undo all the crap I did down here. So that's very annoying. I'm gonna tighten that other side and just make this one loose and keep on trekking. All right, so I'm sitting here struggling with this thing. I got it all bolted up. It's looking minty, and I'm trying to overthink it before I get too crazy and start hacking things up, hacking the fender up. And I noticed that the oil bag is sitting all crazy. So I'm thinking about it, and I'm tightening one side, I'm loosening the other, I'm tightening vice versa, trying to get this thing to sit right, and it just will not sit right. So I start looking from the back, I'm looking all over, I'm looking at the tabs on the frame, maybe they're bent or something, and I'm just going back and forth, spending way too much time on this. This side was drooping down all crazy. I got it loose right now, so this is just an exaggerated angle. But I don't know what I was thinking. I was just like, what am I gonna do? Nothing looks bent, nothing looks broken. Is my frame crooked? I never even looked really. It looked straight to me. So then I'm starting to think, what am I gonna do? So I started taking this apart. I was gonna try to tape it and blah, blah, blah. Went down this crazy rabbit hole. I was gonna do a bunch of stuff. You see that spacer right there? Well, in between going to the hardware store and back, I got it mixed up. And this is the one I was using on the other side. That one is way longer. So I found another one. It's too big, but it'll fit for now. It's damn near the same size. What an idiot move. Before you get too crazy, always check all your hardware. Sometimes you just gotta slow the frick down and check on what you're doing. Okay, here it is, all dialed in. You can see it's pretty much perfect all the way around. Good enough for me. From a distance, you won't notice jack. The arm is underneath, moves. It shouldn't go back this far. It'll be pulled forward just a hair. I got marks on the fender of where to shave and cut stuff. I'm feeling good about it. I just pulled the rim back and forth, checked the placement of the tire, always check that. Mine looks a little wonky, but I think it's gonna work. I might have to make that hole in the top different. I'm gonna do that off camera. But I got the spacers correct, the oil tank is set up. So basically I'm gonna unhook the fender, roll it out, cut, drill holes, put it back. So I think I'll mock it up again, and then, yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm thinking I might take it to my work and clean it up, and then I'll just throw a coat of black primer on it and call it a day. But let's get to this, I'm getting sleepy. All right, little shameless promotion. Head over to my web store. I got a bunch of these made up. It's a primary stop tool for your chain or your belt. I love these things. I always just jam whatever random garbage I got in here to stop my belt or my clutch or the motor bolt, big bolt over here from moving when I'm yarding on it because they take a lot of torque. But now you got this thing, throw it in there, torque it down. It doesn't chew up your belt, it doesn't chew up the chain, it doesn't chew up the sprockets or your teeth or anything. It'll chew this up because it's plastic. I'd rather have this chewed up than all my expensive parts. These things ain't cheap anymore. So head over to my web store again. I'm selling these plus shipping, and eventually I'm gonna have some other parts, so check it out. Yeah, what a pain in the nuts. So it's all dialed in. I got everything tight. The fender's tight. It's not going anywhere. I'd sit on it. So now that I got the tin set up and the primary side and all that stuff, now my next move is to get spacers made for that rear wheel. So stay tuned. That's the next one. I think we're getting close to this side being done. Oh man, all right, that was a tough one. It's kind of not the fun part. I have a crappy fender, veers all over the place, looks like ass. This bike I'm just putting together with parts that I've been getting, cobbling, all that crap. So it's not gonna be a looker. Once it's on the road, ripping around, I'll, buy, if I find a fender that's mint, I'll throw it on there, along with sissy bars and other things, and eventually I'd like to get a different front end. But anyways, I'm just putting this thing together. I'm gonna put it on the road. It's gonna be solid, it's gonna be crusty. Should be a fun one. Anyways, like, subscribe, comment, thanks for all that. While you're waiting for that rear wheel spacer video, check out this one.